Hey there guys, this is Ambichu with TeamBrocat here. Um Today I'm going to be showing you guys a informational video on one of the top metagame decks in today's format, and it is Dialgachomp. So I'm just gonna start out with a Pokemon first. Get this to focus in a little bit better. Alright. The main card that the deck focuses around is Dialga-G. I actually play my list with a 2-2 line. The reason why I do that instead of 3-1 is because Gengar, if your Dialga GX gets Lost Zone, it really sets you back a lot. But so what you do with the deck is you don't always want to start with Dialga. So what I do with my list, I don't generally aim for the turn 1 Deafen Lock, but I will if I have to. What I normally do is I try to get a Smeargle out on my first turn, because that helps you out so much against like almost everything. Get a Smeargle start with a Dialga on your bench and like get a special metal on it the next turn. You like send it up, put a double colorless energy in Expert Belt, then you level up into Dialga, and you just get a really quickly you get out a really quick tanking Dialga. And so yeah, so Dialga's first attack, Deafen, is for a metal energy and a colorless, does 10 damage. Then on your opponent's next turn, they can't play any trainers or stadium cards. So there will be times where it depends on what deck you're going up against, if you want to go for the quick Deafen lock, or if you know you can go ahead and wait and tank it out later. So Deafen can be extremely disruptive. And then second strike, it's for a metal and 2 colorless energies, it does 50 damage. But if they already have 2 or more damage counters on them, it does 20 more damage. So you can easily get that with like Crobat drops or something like that. And then, or just by using Deafen a couple times. And then Dialga G level X, it's here for more HP. Its Pokebody is a crazy broken. It shuts off every non-SP Pokebody. So, like, Vileplume, that's shut off. Spiritomb, it's gone. Like, Charizard's Pokebody, that's gone. So yeah, it's a really good Pokebody. Then its attack's also pretty good for 2 metal energy and 2 colorless. Does 80 damage. Then you flip a coin until you get tails. For every heads, you send you send an energy attached to the Pokemon or the defending Pokemon to the Lost Zone. So yeah, Dialga, he's the main card of the deck, and he's just really good. And so then the next cards are I play 2-2 Garchomp line for the same reason as Dialga. It just is it's easier to get out the Garchomp whenever you need it. If one gets Lost Zone by Gengar Prime, you'll still have the other one to rely on instead of playing a 3-1 Garchomp line, which I actually like better than the 2-2 line. It's just if one gets Lost Zoned, I can almost just scoop. Yeah, Garchomp C, its attacks, Claw Swipe for 2 colorless energies, it does 30 damage. Then Earthquake for 3 colorless energies does 50 damage, then 10 to each of your bench. So, like, those attacks are not great, but they can become really good later on. But what it's in here for is Garchomp C level X. This card is the most broken card ever printed, next to Gust of Wind, because it's Pokepower Healing Breath. Whenever you put it onto your active Garchomp C, you remove all damage counters from all your SP Pokemon. And so it's just basically, if you're going up against a spread deck and they don't play the Lunatone and Solrock, they all their work is gone. And then Dragon Rush, it's for 3 colorless energies. You discard 2 energy attached to Garchomp, then it does 80 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's basically sniping off anything you want, and you're basically guaranteed a KO with that attack because your opponent will have played like Uxies and Azelfs, things like that. Now on to just tech cards. Bronzong G, he's in here for its Pokepower Galactic Switch. Lets you move 1 energy attached to one of your Pokemon SP to any Pokemon you like. Then you put 2 damage counters on Bronzong. It's really good for that any SP deck. So yeah, Toxicroak G promo. It's really just a Luxray counter or anything with fighting weakness. It's a really good card. Leap Boy, it's Pokepower. If it's your active Pokemon, you can flip a coin. If heads, you return it all cards attached to it back to your hand, so it's basically like a Poke Turn. But you don't have to waste your Poke Turn on it. Then Poison Revenge. It does 20 damage for Psychic and Colorless, but if any of your Pokemon were knocked down on on your opponent's last turn, it does 40 more damage and they're poisoned. So against a Luxray, that's a one-hit KO. Then I play a 2-1 Uxie line. Uxie's just basic draw power. Uxie X trade-off. It's, just consistent draw, lets you get out everything consistently. Then 1 Smeargle. Smeargle, it's amazing to start out with its Portrait Poke Power. What it does is it lets you look at your opponent's hand, and it lets you use one of the supporters you find there. So if you're going first, you can't play any trainers as supporters, but if you start with Smeargle and use Portrait, and you find like a Collector or a Cyrus, that'll be amazing, because then you can either just get out all your basics for your next turn to level them up, or start off a Cyrus chain, which can become like really good to just get everything out really fast. Then I play 1 Ambipom G. It's for Disruption and a Garchomp counter, Tailcode. It lets me move energies around on my opponent's side of the field. Then Snap Attack for 2 colorless energies. It does 60 damage, but if they have an energy attached to them already, it only does 20. So what you do is you wait for your opponent to use Garchomp's Dragon Rush. If they have a double colorless and an energy gain, and they discard the only double colorless onto it, you put up Ambipom and Snap Attack, and it's an instant KO on it. Another card is Dragonite FB. Yes, I do play both Ambipom and Dragonite. Well, actually, I don't play Dragonite. I play a different card over Dragonite. It's just kind of secret right now. If you want to know what it is, you just have to actually test it. Test with me, and you'll find out. Yeah, it's actually a tech that me and my friend have been working on for a bit now. He's actually ranked number 4 in the world right now, and he's the one who told me to use it, and it's been working out really great. But Dragonite, he's also a solid play in an ESP build, because Mach Blow for 3 colorless energies, it does 20 damage, but if the defending Pokemon's an SP, its attack does 80 instead, so that's an instant KO on almost any basic SP Pokemon. Then Giant Tail, it's a very risky attack, but if you get heads, it can be really good. But I do not suggest using Giant Tail at all, because you never want to rely on coin flips, really. So then I play 1 Crobat G just for damage manipulation. It's Flash Bite, lets me drop a damage counter on the field. Then Toxic Fan can actually be pretty good against like Pokemon with heavy retreat, like Donphan or Charizard or something like that. What it does is it poisons them, but it puts 2 damage on them instead of 1 in between turns. 1 Azelf to look at my prizes and get important cards out of prizes. Then 1 Unknown Q, it's Pokepower Quick. It attaches it as a Pokemon tool onto one of my Pokemon and lowers the retreat cost by 1 colorless energy. So like put that on a Smeargle or an Uxie, and if they ever get caught active, then you can just free retreat them to the bench. That's it for Pokemon. Now on to trainers, supporters. I play 4 Cyrus's Conspiracies, just basic and all SP builds, Poketurns, 4 of them. And then I play 3 SP Radar. I know a lot of people only play 2 SP Radar, but right now I think consistency is the key in all builds, and the more consistent your list is, the more it'll win. Then I play 3 energy gains. I've actually been considering upping that to 4, because I normally find myself in a situation where I really wish I had an extra energy gain to put on like an Ambipom for a tail code, like a really important tail code, or another Dragon Rush, or like just anything like that. So you have 3 of those. 2 Power Sprays. Power Spray, another incredibly broken card. If you have 3 or more SPs in play and your opponent uses a Poke Power, you can stop it. And then 4 Pokemon Collector. I know a lot of people only play like 2 or 3 in SP, but again, I just love having consistency in my builds, because I always find myself in a situation where I wish I had 1 more of a card that I was only playing 2 or 3 of, and if I would have been playing 1 more, it would have been easier to get it. So I play 1 BB Search. It lets me search out anything in the deck. Pokemon communication basically does the same thing BB Search does, except it's a trainer, and I have to put a Pokemon back instead of any card to get a Pokemon. 2 Expert Belt helps tank with Dialga, helps damage output, and it can really be a game-changing card if you play it at the right time. 1 Aaron's Collection for recovery. It lets you get back a combination of 2 SP Pokemon or energy. So like you can get back a Garchomp C and a Garchomp C X, or 2 basic Garchomp Cs if they both got sniped off, or a Garchomp and a basic energy, or just anything like that. So it's a really good recovery card. Then I play a Twins. This card seriously wins games just by playing 1. You use Cyrus, get into it if you're low on prizes and you know you're going to be low on prizes still on your next turn. Gets you any 2 cards out of your deck. And then, so, that'll set you up for victory, because I've had that win me so many games now. Then VS Seeker, it lets you reuse Twins, Aaron, Cyrus, Collector if you need to. But yeah, it's another really good card. So that's it for trainers and supporters. Now on to energy. I play 4 special metal energies. Again, it lets Dialga attack and it helps him tank. Then 4 double colorless energies. Again, another just basic in SP builds. Lets you attack repeatedly with Garchomps. Lets you Dragon Rush every turn if you have a Poke Turn or another way of getting him to the bench and then active again. So yeah, it's a really good card. 2 basic metal energies. The reason why I play 2 is, like I can get it out with Cyrus if I don't have a special metal energy in hand, and I can also use it for Dragon Rushes too, if you need to do that. Then I play 2 psychic energies because I always find myself in the situation where if I could lock up with Azelf or use Crobat's attack, it could really change the game. And also Toxicroak G promo. Like, let's say I went ahead and used one of these psychic energies for Dragon Rush, and I don't have a way of getting it back, I'll have another one in hand to use for Toxicroak. So yeah, 2 psychic energies. And then 2 warp energies. What these are used for is to get Dialga onto the bench, or another, like one of your heavy retreaters like Dragonite onto the bench if you need him there. And also what you can do with warp energy is, if you have a damaged Dialga active, put the warp energy on him, switch it out for a Garchomp C, Galactic switch the warp energy onto your Garchomp C, then you put down Garchomp C of X, Healing Breath, remove all the damage off your Dialga, then Poke Turn the Garchomp, and so you get your Garchomp and warp energy back, and the Garchomp C of X, then you can just do it again if you need to. So yeah, it's a really good combo with Dialga and Garchomp. But yeah, that's my list for Dialgachomp. I hope you guys like it. Go ahead and we're gonna get more videos up on this channel. And so yeah, we're gonna have more battle videos. We're probably gonna start doing card of the week. I'll try to see if we can get some other people to put their lists up here for other decks. But yeah, so I think I'm coming down with a cold or something. I've had a pretty bad cough and my nose has been pretty stopped up lately. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope you guys will go attempt Dialgachomp, because it is a really solid deck for this format. And so yeah, thanks guys for watching this video. Subscribe to TeamBrocat, subscribe to Ampichu, and anyone else on our team. So yeah, see you guys later.